downtime, deliver the same quality when you run your queries at those systems. And of course, when they were asked to upgrade their hardware because to gain more speed, more performance, they could do this with a minimum downtime to migrate to the new systems. And everything was done very quickly. It was very cost effective. It's not difficult to set up goldengate. It's very easy to set this up. So that's why it's very cost effective. It was non-intrusive to the running system. It did not interfere with the production system. It did not add anything to the database, no new table, no new trigger or view or something like that. It was just reading the transaction log, not interfering with the database, not taking not much additional performance from the production servers. So that was our very good technical reasons to use goldengate here. And on the business side, if I can move this slide. Okay. On the business side, we have similar advantages because now the infrastructure is able to keep up with changes in your business model. So as I said, if more touchscreen devices are asked for, or more keyboard devices, or including other connection services, wireless, network, or Bluetooth, or anything like that, they can incorporate this quickly into their devices and share this information with all factories and all design centers, so that they can react quickly on changes in the business demand. And they can also, this infrastructure, with upgrading without downtime, they can keep up with growing business demands, with more demand for the devices. And at the same time, not just eliminating downtime, they also eliminated the risk, which is usually coming with adding changes to your infrastructure. So that was, they always had a fallback option. They did not disrupt any system. Everybody could continue to work. So that was eliminating the risk associated usually with a migration or an upgrade. Of course, this enables, with the exchange of all the data between the locations, the business is up and running 24 hours every time through the whole year. And well, as said before, this is really simple to set up, simple to maintain and to change. So that's a very cost-effective way to get a flexible infrastructure. So finally, goldengate offers what you probably hear a lot of times of software. It can cut your costs. It can improve the efficiency. goldengate can definitely reduce risk that is involved with migrations. It ensures continuity. Whatever you're doing there, whatever you try to replace or upgrade, there's no need to hesitate anymore, no danger in touching your system and by upgrading it or replacing it with the new hardware. This can be done almost risk-free and not disrupting your business. So, to summarize, when we think about high availability, and like I started, most people think first at the unplanned outages. They are very important. We have to keep them in mind. But the planned outages will disrupt our business much more often than the unplanned ones. So the planned outages really cost us a lot of our business. And if we can reduce them, if we can eliminate the downtime caused by things like migrations, etc., then we can immediately save costs, because we agreed every downtime of an hour costs some money to our business. goldengate is a tool to replicate data on a transactional basis, which is important, so we know the content of the transaction. A transaction will be delivered completely or not. It will be rolled back to the beginning. Nothing is lost. It will continue at exactly that point in time in the transaction flow. If you have any disruption of your network or an outage of your system, it will continue exactly there. There's no recovery time. Nothing is lost. Every transaction is delivered and only once delivered. So that is a fantastic way of replication here compared to other tools like block level replication or disk level replication. It can even employ multi-master replication to synchronize different locations, and it also gives you a failback option to minimize your risks when touching any system. And finally, keep also in mind the semi-availability. If you have a system that is that has a too high load, so that the response time is going down, then offload your queries to a secondary cost-effective system and reduce the load on your production system.
Carsten, we have a question from the floor.
Okay.
The question is it possible to use Golden Gate replication for multiple schemas on multiple servers at the same time?
Oh, definitely, yes, absolutely.
Okay, that's simple. No other questions at this time.
Okay, I'm basically finished at this stage, so if nobody else has a question, I would then ask the participants if this was useful, and if you, for example, had already a situation where you delayed an upgrade or a migration because you didn't want to take the risk of touching the system or having a downtime or having an outage because the upgrade would not work that well as anticipated. No comment from anyone?
I'll just open up the phone lines here, so we should be able to open up the phone line here briefly. Bear with me. Okay, everyone, so I've just opened up all the phone lines here, so we should now have an open conversation. So, Carsten, do you want to just repeat that question and see if anyone wants to pipe up?
Yeah, was this any useful to you guys? Did you experience this before? Did you fear upgrading a system? Did you fear the risk of touching it or of moving it even to a different hardware?
I think everyone's shy, Carsten.
Yeah,
well, if there is any particular feedback, we'll send out all the details of today, and I'll send out Carsten's details as well. So if there are any questions or particular issues that anyone would like to raise or ask, then feel free to follow up either with myself or Carsten, and we'll send out those emails either later on today or Monday.
Right, right.
Okay, well, if there are no other questions, there's no questions coming through on the message board here. A couple of positive questions, positive feedback, Carsten, saying, the webcast has been great, and thanks for that. I hope everyone's found it very useful. As I mentioned earlier on, we have been recording today, so we'll edit that recording and we'll post that out onto one of the websites. There'll also be a link through on YouTube as well. So if anybody wish to replay this webcast or pass the details on to one of your colleagues, then those details will be there. We'll send out a copy of the slides, if that's okay as well, Carsten?
Of course, yes.
Okay, so we'll send out a copy of the slides to all the delegates as well, and either myself or my colleague will send those out shortly. If there's no other questions, then thank you very much for your time this morning. I hope it's been useful, and do let us know if there's any follow-up questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.